One thing that we do all day long is write emails, right? We write a lot of emails. Sometimes our emails are nice and short and we don't need much of it. Some might be more, involved or more detailed oriented, or might need more oomph behind them, so to speak, or they're more critical emails. Maybe you're asking for a raise or something like that. And so we're going to see how ChatGPT can help us build the building blocks for emails. And then of course we want to customize it to ourselves. You don't want to necessarily copy and paste because there's a uniqueness to it, but you'd be surprised at how ChatGPT can help us be more productive and efficient with our email writing. So let's take a look at that. All right, so we're at ChatGPT, and we're going to have it make an email for us. And I'm going to give you like 4 or 5 examples here of common things you do all day long. So let's say first one, or some might be a little uncommon, like, like asking for a raise, for example. So let's say you're asking if you could work from home more. So let's say, could you write an email asking my boss if I could work from home more and why that is good for the company, right? A little salesy thing there, right? Now you might really spend a lot of time trying to think about this, and it's already writing, thinking about this and like, how do I do this? How do I write this email? How do I make this work? And really agonizing on where ChatGPT, I could just ask the question, it's already writing response, and then I can apply some of this and then add in my own stuff to make it more customized to me. Again, this is not plagiarism. This is like, and how could it be plagiarism? We're asking for ourselves to be able to work from home more. We're just looking for ideas on how maybe to structure an email and some ideas behind that, right? So we might say, and so you can see here, it says, "Dear boss," and you obviously I put in, whatever the person's name is, hope it finds you well. I'm talking about the COVID pandemic a little bit and how people are working remotely more all the time, right? Since certainly the peak of the pandemic. And then it talks about how it's present for you personally, able to focus while distractions of the office environment, balance of work life and personal commitments. However, and here's the key thing, maybe you have this in, maybe you don't, but here's the money thing. However, I believe there are several benefits for the company allowing employees to work from home more frequently. For one, and then it gives you some overhead costs, all that stuff. I'm confident this is blah, 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 right? So this is maybe the starting email, right? And maybe you want to maybe you would add in there, you copy and paste or put this into your email, like, could we set up a meeting to discuss further? And you obviously have your name and all that too. But it's already starting to give me some ideas on this. And maybe I want to say, like, what are the best, what are, great benefits for the company by having people work from home. So let's say I looked at my first version here. It's a nice little email, but it's like, maybe the whole key is I want to talk about the benefits for the company, why it might be good for my boss. And then you want to customize this to make it unique to your situation. And maybe you want to do more of a hybrid environment where we're coming to office 2 days a week and work from home more, right? So here it's putting out into more of a bullet point list, which is easier to read, that you can start adapting that too. Like, you probably don't want to talk about improved employee retention, because I would like insinuate that if you don't let me do this, I'm going to quit, but there's other things you might be, like, flexibility, enhanced collaboration, whatever it might be, and really expanding on these things. So that's one example where I just started with a really broad idea and kind of a bigger topic, a complex topic, and really just, used it to write me an email. Maybe let's use a couple other examples here. Maybe we have, could you write an email? And I'm so polite, I could just write email, write an email welcoming a new employee. Okay, all right. So let's say you've got a new employee, maybe you're the manager, you're going to send them an email, or maybe you're a coworker and you just want to introduce yourself, right? And then this will just give you some ideas about this. Dear whoever, I'm thrilled you're with the company. Put your company's name in here. Here it's giving you what to fill in. I am this. This is my title at this company. A lot of times I might write an email like that and I forget, oh my gosh, I forgot my title, right? And then talk like, well, I'll be your primary point person during onboarding. Well, you might not be. You would change this and say, I will be the person who will help you with your paperwork during onboarding, or I will be the person, feel free to ask me questions about accounting, as I'm the the accounting liaison for your department or finance or whatever. So you can see it's written a nice little email that I can then just take and adapt, right? The whole key is adapting this, then make it more your own, right? So let's say I'm reaching out to the team and I want feedback on something. Let's say email asking for feedback on should we buy new project management software. All right, so this is more, and again, I'm not going to fix the spellings on this. ChatGPT will fix it for me. So here's a draft. It's already signed whether we should purchase a new project management software to get the ball rolling, to get it started, to get people thinking about it, you know, and you can adjust how you want. I hope this email finds you well. Maybe you start a different way, but it's giving you a suggestion here. And then kind of breaks it out here what we're considering. Could you please take a minute to complete this short survey, insert the link to the survey, and by this deadline, see how that was nice too. You might be prompting it like, you know what, I should create a little survey on SurveyMonkey or something like that, or a Google Doc. Maybe I should do that and stick this in here and just start that way. So I didn't even think of that, but ChatGPT helped me kind of think, well, here's an alternative for you. And let's say I didn't like that response. What do? I can just hit regenerate response, or I could ask it in more detail, and it'll basically do this case. It's going to do a very similar thing, but it could adjust, you know, and maybe make it look a little bit different. See, it still starts with, I hope this email finds you well, blah, blah, blah. But, you know, considering new project management software, so all sorts of stuff. So it's just regenerating the response here. All right, so let's look at two more. One is, you know, ask for a raise. Now, you wouldn't want to do this, you know, as far as actually maybe through email, but it's a challenging thing. Email asking for a raise, all right? And then here it's going, here's the draft or an email to request a raise, right? So you can see how ChatGPT, this is limitation, right? Are all the emails going to be, I hope this email finds you well? Is that just how you might speak would be different? You just take that out, just adjust this to be here, you know, but you're looking at things, I've been here for this many years, I'm grateful, you know, it's making it more softer than maybe I put, like, hey, I haven't got a raise in 3 years, you schmuck, give me money, you know? You know, so this is where it's helping to provide the bones of something, the outline, and then I can adapt that to my needs. And then the last one, you've got the idea, but let's say you want to write a resignation email, right? You know, something that was better, you want to leave on good terms, you know, or whatever it might be, or a thank you email, thank you to a customer, or thank you for promotion. It's really more limited to what your imagination is, but I think with ChatGPT, using it for emails and really helping to write faster emails is one of the biggest productivity savers out there, particularly if in your email you have to have some research in there, like when we were talking about with the hot tips area, we were talking about Enneagram, a personality test, where you might pull some of that information and put it into an email, right? So that might help as far as that. So with that, that's one way you can use it. Real productivity, something you might want to try right away, is start thinking about some common emails you write and how you might be able to use ChatGPT to help you with email writing to be more productive.